Hi, name is Gene Soper. My mother called me Eugene, my dad called me Hey You. Came to Idaho in 1934. My mother was a school teacher, and Dad always said that the reason we moved to Idaho is because they passed a law in Nebraska that all the teachers had to know how to read and write. And then the folks moved up here to Coeur d'Alene in the fall of 1948 while I was in Emmett, and they didn't leave a forwarding address, so I didn't know where they'd gone. At least that's what I told Mom. I hired on down to college in 1976. Having spent 25 years in the construction business, they wanted to set up a program on diesel mechanics. And so Clarence Hott had to be the best boss I've ever had in the world. Like he says, he gave me the key to the door and directions to the shop. And he says, "You've got 30 days on the budget." And so I wrote the curriculum, supplied the shop, equipped it, scrounged up some projects, interviewed some students. None of us knew what we were doing, but we didn't have to because nobody had done it before. And so what I did was what had to be done. And it was, to me, it was very successful. I was there 16 years. I retired in 1992. And without a doubt, those were the most successful years of my life.
So what do you think the opportunities and the challenges for Coeur d'Alene are in the future?
The best thing they can do is get that technical school going out in the prairie. Whatever they call it, K-Tech or something. That's one of the best things they can do because it's so easy to be short-sighted, especially where it comes to the economy and life goals. And again, if you don't have a trade, you have nothing to sell. And 90% of the people, now this is just a fictitious term because let's say the majority of the people have to work at a trade because you can do only so much thinking. You know, you have to do something with your hands or you don't have a product to sell. And it's still a global market. I like to see people get a good living wage for their efforts because they work just as hard for no pay as they do for a lot of pay. I.K.U.W is a teaching bracket for me. I is information, K is knowledge, that's what you get from the information. U is understanding, what do you do with the knowledge? W is wisdom, how do you use the understanding? And it's, you know, it works. It works. I just can't emphasize too much the need for education.